My name is Christiana Daniel, Executive Director, Treasure Builder Foundation. I'm a child protectionist. Treasure Builder Foundation is an organization that works with children to protect them from abuse, violence, and exploitation, and to build a future and fulfilling future for them. Recreation center, leisure, play is part of learning. It's stated in the Child's Right Law, clearly stated that children has the right to leisure, right to play, right to recreation, even right to expression, because children need time to play. They need time to ease out tension. Just like adults, everybody needs time. Everybody's talking about mental health issue like that. Children to go through a mental health issue, but most of us don't see it because of, if you look at the kind of educational curriculum we have now, you see a girl in JS1 telling me she's offering 1921 subject. You'll be surprised what is happening. You'll be surprised that how will a child be? So the load on them, the stress is much. So they need places and time to ease out their tension, because taking children out of the home to a new place is part of excursion, it's part of learning, it's part of education. Most people cannot take their children out of Ibadan. Ask me if you if you ask about the number of children in Ibadan, I'm not sure up to 10% of them or 20% have gone out of Ibadan. And in Ibadan, we don't have much things and much places to learn from. Excursion is part of education. Going for sightseeing is part of education. Going to places where you can mingle, you can see other people, you can learn is part of education. Then when you go out to such places, you're able to ease out your tension. Is in a relaxing mood. And most of these things will make children to be, I want to be a better person. Some even have the vision. Like if one was telling us, let me now say a young guy of about 1920 told us that one of the plans he had when he traveled out of Nigeria to go and study was to build an amusement park somewhere, if a place like amusement park, somewhere that children can come to relax, where they can sightseeing and everything. But what gave that vision was the one he saw at amusement park. If such a person should come back to Nigeria, do you think he will be happy? When he comes back, maybe there won't even be anyone that will brand. The Trans Amusement Park or your state is somewhere that I personally have been looking forward to. The innovation that it should be built in a more pleasing way. It'll be more attractive way. I remember personally in 1989, I came to Ibadan for an holiday. I think maybe I was in JS1 or thereabout there. I came for an holiday in Ibadan. When I got to Ibadan, my uncle took us to the Trans Amusement Park. It was an edifice and nothing. I was living in Akure, being born and brought up in Akure. The only place, the few places we used to go is maybe WSRBC, Those Day Radio Corporation, the NCA for AWR party, that's Santa Show, and which other place? Those were just the two places. Even our Santa Show, NCA, or when our hotels, then or when our hotels, those were in the trade fair that happens maybe once a year. And also there were no much places to go. Now coming to Ibadan, seeing everything beautiful, the trans, we are seeing so many things that we used to see in our black and white television. Then we are not seeing them like. I fell in love with Ibadan. I was like, this is great. I went back to Akure with those memories. I was thinking about, that was what built in me the passion, the love for Ibadan. That actually brought me back to Ibadan. Maybe like over 20 years after I graduated, I moved to Ibadan. And today I'm still in Ibadan. So that was one of the goals I have for Ibadan people. I met so many people. Then I saw white people of different races, colors, and rich, poor, old, and young. So the place was just like a palace place that everyone can go. Either you are rich, you get something, you're poor. And I believe everybody, you have a class, and every class was built into that place. And actually, the Child's Right Law says we should not just that children should be given right to leisure, and they should be given right to recreation. And I'm sure those that built that had the understanding. Because then, when that place was built, we don't even sign the Child's Right Law in Nigeria. I think Child's Right Law came in 1989. And that I was talking about 1989. I'm sure they would have built that place for years then. And this is 2023, where everybody is talking about child's rights, about building a place that is safe, secure, and friendly for children, that they can have leisure, they can recreate, and they should be protected, and that this place should be part of the government planning. And it is at this point that we are thinking that the children do not really matter, that we should sideline them and put them somewhere at the outskirts of the town. And we are taking the rights of the children. As Tusi Biara now, we are now trampling on the rights of the children. It pains me as someone that knows more about the child's rights, and someone that has passion for children, someone that loves children, someone that wants to see a better society. To be sincere, is not actually what I personally will take as something that I know it can be done in another, can be replicated in another, but it can't be. Like this are the Yoruba, that a scar can never come back to video. And your skin, when you have a scar, cannot come back to the normal. It can't just be like the normal skin that you treasure so much. So this is just my belief. So I don't know about every other person, but it's actually pained me. And I'm still hoping that our governor and Governor Seyi Makinde, His Excellency Governor Seyi Makinde, may still be able to do something about it. It's a plea, and I believe we should be able to do something about it, because rights of children should not be trampled. Children are so much important, and now we have so many vices in our society today, because children, most people don't even have places to go where they can feel that nostalgia, where they can feel that way feeling, where they can relate to people, where they can just ease out their attention. All we do is lock children at home, indoor game, no matter how many other games do we have in Ibadan? Ventura, then Ring Road, and Shopping Mall, and some other ones indoor, just like the one we play at home. I don't think this is it. So no place can be built that can be like the Trans Amusement Park. Take them to anywhere in Ibadan. So far it is not within this Ibadan. Trans Amusement Park is accessible. Everybody can easily go there. If you're going to Moniya, let's consider people that are coming from Idiagwe. Let's consider people that are coming from Omi. With this present time that fuel is so expensive, let's say expensive, it's even scarce. Now I've tried to get fuel today, I couldn't. I had to park the car. 2 cars enough, can't just take anyone that was now have fuel. And we've tried to move around, so we have to park somewhere to go and look for fuel later in the day, you understand? So now how many parents will be able to go through the stress of taking children, and some want to go in public transport? They will calculate the cost, they will calculate the stress, they will rather leave the children at home and say stay at home. Because by the time you put it together in this time, in this time that people are not that buoyant financially, so one need to calculate and see. So that's not, to me, not even a work. It's not the plan. And it is a plan that does not even consider the future of the children. It's a plan that does not have children at the center of it. It's a plan that does not consider the importance of children. And it's a plan that is trampling on their rights. Because in the child rights, it is outrightly stated that in the best interest of the child. This is not really the best interest of the child, because majority will not be able to go to that outskirts of the town. Even a grown-up child may not be allowed to go on his or her own to such a place. The 19 days activism has been celebrated since 2011. It is a period to end violence against children. Called the 19 days of activism to end violence against children and youth. Because in these 19 days, they are the 19 days that precede the 20th of November, Universal Children's Day, which is the World Children's Day. So these 19 days are meant to create awareness to end violence against children, either neglect, bullying, sales of children, trafficking of children, to exposure of children to child sexual abuse materials, or to street children, out of school children, to whatsoever negative influence that is in the society, to harmful practices, just such as female genital mutilation and all the right, also to unlawful justice, and so many of those things were stated for each of the 19 days. This period is meant to campaign to end violence against children, and the day was started by the United Nations, and it's been influenced all over the world by the Women World Summit Fellowship. And then the campaign has been on every year, 1st and 19th, or 1st to 19th of November. And it is a time to end violence against you, because if you ask me, this issue of Trans Amusement Park is just like a violence on the children over your state. That's just the way I see it. Violence is not just about carrying gun, carrying knife, or anything. There are some violence that children get, that we talk about gender-based violence. Gender-based violence is emotional violence. When you are abusing children, you are calling them name calling and all those so. Then now violence that would deprive children of their right. Violence that would not make them to have access to some things that normally the government should provide. They said the government has the authority, the right to provide places where children can have leisure and recreation. Those are it. So for ending violence against children, start with the duty bearer performing their rights, not trampling on the rights of children, not depriving them of their rights, but doing the right thing as it is necessary. So this 19 days is meant to proclaim that children should not, the right should not be trampled on. That government should see that they uphold the rights of the children, and then make everybody, we are quick to call parents actually they are part of the duty bearer. Either we like it or not, I am a duty bearer because I work with children, you are a duty bearer, and also everybody working with children is a duty bearer. But number one person on top of the list is the government, because they are the one that enforces this law. The child's right laws should be enforced by the government. The parents should implement, they should advocate for it, and make every other person that work with the child to carry on the child's right law and perform the duty. Your state we need to generate a fund, and this is a way of generating the fund. I think what we lack is sustainability. The place has not been well sustained in time past. They would have come up with a plan to revive the place and sustain it better than what we are planning now, that the place should be used for housing. Housing, no. Even in housing estate, some modern housing estates are now looking for sections where children can play. If you meet some of these estate agents and people that are into estate development, they build a path where they build children's section where children can play, where children can relax. Is it football? Some have baseball and basketball. Some have where children can rail and can run. They can race. They can do all sorts. So to me, all we need to do is sit down and see how can we make this place productive without depriving anybody. Because the child's right law, just like I said again, says we need to provide a place for children where they can have leisure, where we even cultural activities is part of it. Going to places like that, you see different kind of people. I remember when I went there, some were wearing native, some were wearing English, some were even coming their native attire, especially during festive period. People will wear all sorts of things, and it's part of an exposure, it's part of education, it's part of learning. So it is sustainable. What we just lack is planning. People that will sustain this, and I know it is sustainable, we can do it. Once again, I'll still say I'm pleading to Governor Seyi Makinde. He should just think and see what he can do. He's the father of all. He has the duty to all the children of Oyo State. He has the duty to make life better for them. He has the duty to give them the right to recreational center, which is this child's amusement park. Children should not be deprived of their rights. They are the right holder. We are the duty bearer. Let this duty be performed. That's why I said duty and then come to duty. So the governor and the other government officials, they need to replan, re-strategize, and build this trans amusement park for the betterment of your children. We'll reduce hooligans. We'll reduce out of school children.